per usual, messed around and jumped the gun, but it's all good. Let's get this out the way. Oops. There we go. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another edition of the B.TS Show. I'm your host, Christopher J. Thank you guys for tuning in, and welcome to the inaugural segment of Wrestling Wednesday. Like I said, I'm doing this for my wrestling fans. WrestleMania is this weekend, and for the wrestling fans who haven't tuned in, I have an announcement towards the end regarding AEW. We will get to that momentarily, ladies and gentlemen. But if you are here, please remember to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube page. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media accounts. The links are located in the description. If you'd like to make a donation, $ the B.TS shows the cash app. Participants waive all rights to privacy. On the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach that goal, one lucky person will get $100. So you know, my man, my word, we are literally that close to 500 subscribers. Once we reach that goal, one lucky person will get $50. And yes, don't forget to visit the B.TS Show website. An article will be dropped this weekend. Actually, within the next couple of days. So stay tuned for that. So, and also, real quick, my segment, Christopher J's 101, we will be speaking to Fantasy Island Girl this Sunday. Yes, we're still doing, we'll get to that in a sec. Prior to night 2 of WrestleMania, we will be talking to Fantasy Island Girl. That is 4 o'clock Central Standard Time. So trust me, I'm going to talk to her first. Then we're going to make our way to WrestleMania night 2. And speaking of which, yes, WrestleMania is this weekend. We will be doing a watch party this weekend. So please look out for that. Now, keep in mind, although the pay-per-view does start at 7 o'clock, we will be, we will open the stream 15 minutes early. So that way everybody can get in, relax, and do what they got to do. But come in 15 minutes early, relax. We will start the stream at 7 o'clock on the dot. So, excuse me. Like I said, and also, y'all forgive me. Like I said, I lost my voice because I'm still battling allergies. But it is all good. Hold on, let me see something. Allergies. Okay, we are. Okay, my body is working. Everything is good. So, all right, sweet. Let's go ahead and get started. So, heads up, this is a weekly segment. It's going to be Wrestling Wednesdays every Wednesday. So, regardless pay-per-view or not, segments or whatever the case may be. Now, with Wrestling Wednesday, I do want to let you guys know. Occasionally, we'll react to what happens on Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, or Rampage. However, I'm only reacting to the news, the behind-the-scenes stuff. Now, granted, whatever happens behind the scenes will often, whatever happens behind the scenes will affect what happens on screen. So I do want to take that, start looking into that, and start speaking up and getting that out the way. Like, for example, our first segment. Sorry, I don't have these tickets ready today. I've been a little bit occupied. But let's start with the first segment about what goes on behind the scenes. And there we go. Let's actually talk about Bray Wyatt now. Later on, I'll put these in the description of where you guys can look up to get these articles and where I got these links from. Bray Wyatt. Source is Kicking It with Ross. He's YouTuber and also H-Down, baby. Now, he was reacting to Bray Wyatt news, rumors that we've been hearing. Like, in case you guys noticed, you haven't really seen or heard from Bray Wyatt since maybe a couple of weeks after Elimination Chamber, to be honest with you. And you just started to notice something different, notice something changing. It's like, what happened to Bray? So we hear reports of injuries, or we hear reports of something else. Now, here's the thing. It was supposed to be Bobby Lashley and Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. That match got canceled. Now, there's a number of things that come into play. Number one of the reasons could be that Bray did a no-call, no-show in the A-House show at Madison Square Garden. Did he show the work? Yeah, usually that's a fireball offense for us normal folks. Wrestlers, athletes, whatever, a little bit different. Now, initially, here's the rumor. It was supposed to be Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar. That's the report. Oh, that's the rumor. Oops. Oopsie. Yeah, I messed that up. I'm sorry. The rumor is supposed to be Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar. So here's the creative mind of what was going on. It was supposed to be a squash match. And personally, I don't like these major pay-per-views having squash matches, especially Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt. Like, that's perfect storytelling. You got the Beast Incarnate versus the mysterious Bray Wyatt. That will work out perfectly. But Brock said no. And rightfully so. Like, I'm not about to waste my time with the squash match. Now keep in mind, some people say, who is Brock Lesnar to say no? Brock Lesnar has a lot of leeway in the WWE. With his resume, his connections with Vince as well. And we'll get into Vince. We'll get into Vince later on in the show. Now, with Brock having the leeway to decide who he wants to work with, and also keep in mind that Brock might leave after WrestleMania, so you kind of want your last match to kind of be like a squash match. And also, so that's why that got stopped, and that's why Bray Wyatt is fighting Omos. And allegedly, Brock Lesnar is going to do what he got to do to put Omos over, because Omos is hard to connect, because Omos, for a big guy, is kind of stiff. And it's like, what is he doing on the spare time? Like, is he wrestling? Is he getting flexible, agile? Like, if you don't believe me, go watch young Big Show, especially when he was world champion. Look how he moves. Like, you look back at it, it's like, this is a masterpiece. For him to be that big, that size, and to be moving like that, kind of got to give Big Show his credit. Omos, for how old he is moving very sluggish, and it's hard for him to connect with the crowd. Like, it kind of reminds me of that picture I saw last month of Omos, MVP, the Street Profits, and that one brother from NXT. Sounds like they're going to do a Hurt Business 2.0. That will be more of Omos's style versus being on the doing this what he's doing right now. Like, don't get me wrong, there's potential there with Omos, but I actually digress. But let me get back to Bray Wyatt. So Bray Wyatt wanted the idea of a squash match, and he wanted to be squashed by Brock Lesnar simply from, of course, I got this from Kicking It with Ross. And his sources believe in rumors that the idea is for Uncle Howdy to resurrect him, and we're going to get a new version, a new character of Bray Wyatt. And in all actuality, WWE actually wanted The Fiend to return for WrestleMania. So here are my thoughts on all of this. Bray Wyatt, no, absolutely not. Because keep in mind, you gave us one match. I can't remember uh, the date of last year's Extreme Rule. That's when you made your triumphant return. You only gave us one match, and that was the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match at Royal Rumble. Now, contrary to popular belief, I actually liked the match. I just wish it was longer than five or 7 minutes. And of course, you guys did some extra stuff after the match that made it even more interesting. However, we need more. This Bray Wyatt that is given to WWE is great. It's perfect. He connects to the crowd. And also you brought in Uncle Howdy. Now I was a little bit skeptical with this Uncle Howdy stuff because I didn't know where this was going. Now that we know it's two different people and the crowd is into it, this is going to work. You keep see what Bray Wyatt is doing, just coming up. Now he's very creative with the storylines, the characters, and everything. The problem is like the crowd is losing interest for the most part. And they don't want these new versions of Bray Wyatt. It's almost like a modern day version of Mick Foley and all the characters that he had. What we want right now is one person to connect with for now. This current Bray Wyatt that we're connecting with is something different. It's something special. A lot of people say that Mountain Dew match underperformed. I think it was good. Like I said, the match needed to be longer. So this whole thing about bringing out a new Bray Wyatt, Uncle Howdy, whatever it case to be, no, absolutely not. If anything, what needs to happen moving forward is this. It should have been Bray Wyatt versus the winner of the Bobby Lashley and, well, actually, I forgot who won that match. Who won that match again? Whatever. It should have been Bray Wyatt faces either Bobby Lashley or Brock Lesnar. What should have happened is Bray Wyatt will face the winner of the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. So that way, whether it be Roman, whether it be Cody, once they do the celebration, pitch black. Then his song plays, him and Uncle Howdy emerges, and right there, that would have been perfect. Bray, because it is time for Bray Wyatt to regain that momentum and actually go after that title. It's time. Because I understand Bray Wyatt wants to be in a creative space or whatever the case may be. That's fine. However, the fans are waiting for something. They're fiending for something. No pun intended. Bray Wyatt, you just need to focus on this, master this, and continue with this. Let's revisit a resurrection. Or second idea, you have this match with Brock Lesnar. Beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Rematch Brock Lesnar at Backlash in Puerto Rico and let him beat you there. So that way then Uncle Howdy could do the resurrection and you could fight Brock for the third time at SummerSlam with your new character. See, there's so many ways to do it, but the problem is you're not in action and whatever the case may be, and you're in your feelings and you did a no call, no show. I don't condone no call, no shows, especially when fans pay hard money to see you. Now, that being stated, although I don't agree with no call, no show, there might be a legitimate reason. And that's where we get to our next topic. Vince McMahon. This is according to Wrestling Inc. But like I said, all links will be located in the description after I'm done with this video. Allegedly, and the operative word is alleged, Vince is having some type of control over creative. And because of that, that's bringing a lot of morale down with the WWE superstars. What for? What reason? Well, a lot of people, I understand on the surface level, they want to say he was sexually harassing the women that worked there. He paid up to $12 million in hush money to three different women. So that'd be one reason why the morale's down. A second reason is this: because how Vince decided to run his own business, it kind of it just didn't sit well with these professional athletes. Like I told people, this has been some of the best storylines in the past 20 years. You see the difference. And we want Triple H to stay in charge. But the thing is, Vince came back and he wants control of his baby. Now, now, now some people gonna say it's if everything's going well under Triple H's guidance, why would he want to mess it up? He's a older male and he's a billionaire. The end. He wants to. I want you guys remember that line that Mysterio said in Spider-Man Far From Home when he was controlling all the elementals, and he said, "All right, change of plans. We're gonna show them this." But the people in the airport said, "Wait, but people gonna see that this was fake or fraud or whatever the case may be." And Mr. Sarah said, "They will see what I want them to see." So that's how Vince McMahon is looking at this. The people are going to see what I want them to see. They're going to like what I want them to like. Not only that, as of late, we are hearing, no confirmation, of course, we are hearing that they are rewriting script hours before showtime. Now, Vince McMahon is notorious for doing that because I remember, I forgot how many years ago I heard about this. I heard it from Kaz. Yeah, I believe I heard it from Kaz Kazim because he used to write for WWE. He said Vince McMahon will scrap a whole entire thing hours before the show and rewrite it, have it rewritten, and the wrestlers got to go memorize their lines and get out there and do it. That's unfair. And of course, if you want to talk about the people that has says the Michael Cole, Jerry King, or particularly Taz as well, while they're talking to, when they're not talking in the mic to the listening audience, they're talking to Vince. Vince is back there telling them what to say and how to do it. And Vince McMahon is he being a billionaire, a hard ass, he was a dickhead, according to people. So that's why a lot of people was not tripping that he left the company. But keep in mind, a lot of people was upset when they found out he came back to the company as well. Me being one of them, because like I said, the storylines was just ugh. Now keep this in mind, but they're saying has Vince made any appearances behind stage on March 6th? That's the March 6th Monday Night Raw is the Raw that John Cena came to Boston. Now people say he just was in town. He wanted to see John. I understand. It's John Cena. But at the same time, he was spending his time in Gorilla the whole entire night. What is Gorilla? For those who don't know, behind the time trial, there's an area that the wrestlers hang out and where creative team is hanging out, production team or whatever. They said that Vince was hanging there all night. That just kind of made the wrestlers feel a type of way. Because like I said, it can be because of the sexual buyouts, hush money. It could be that, or it can be that he is such a, what's the word I can say to describe him? One-sided, tyrannical boss, pushover. Well, not pushing him over. He'll push you over. That's how people see Vince. And also when it comes to building up characters, there's a difference between WWE and there's a difference between NXT when Triple H was running. A lot of the issues, a lot of people love NXT because Triple H listened to your ideas and he was going to give you what's what I'm looking for. He's going to give you room to grow, room to build it, room to expand. Now with Vince McMahon, whatever story I have in mind will be put out to the public. I don't care what anybody said. And of course, he's known for, well, we'll talk about that later. So that could be it. Now, here's the thing. With Vince McMahon allegedly having some input into the current storylines, Triple H is still head of control. And he said all final say-sos go through him. Now, he'll listen to Vince, listen to ideas what he have, obviously, still, because like I said, that's the chairman of the WWE and that's his father-in-law. So at the end of the day, he will listen to Vince, but Triple H does have final say so. And matter of fact, CEO Nick Khan said he's not that involved when it comes to creative. Here's my thoughts on that. I don't want Vince McMahon involved, period. As a fan, I do not want Vince involved. There's it's creative executive anyway, I guess. But nevertheless, I want Vince to focus on the where's his office located at? Bridgeport, Connecticut. That's the only thing I want him to focus on. And focus on selling the company like he said he came back to, but truth be told, he just took a mini vacation because he missed and he just wanted his baby back. He got it back, and he's slowly trying to make his way in. And this is confirmation from Nick. He's not that involved. If you drop the word that and say not involved, cool. That means everything got to be pointed to Triple H. When you say not that involved, we know what time it is. It's like, I don't know who you think you're fooling, but you're not fooling us. So this has some creative say-so that's bringing the wrestlers down, because this is not necessarily, because the wrestler have a sense of storytelling as well, and this is not the route they want to go. And you got to go Vince McMahon. You got to do it Vince McMahon's way and not your way necessarily. Now, just to be fair, there are times in the past where Vince McMahon will listen to the wrestlers. Well, not sometimes, all the time. He will listen to the wrestlers. If it's a good idea, he'll do it. Like I said, my philosophy. Does it make sense? Does it add value? Will it help you achieve your ultimate goal? So that's probably Vince's model as well. However, I think with the storylines and the characters that he want to put, there's been a lot of hit and misses. Now, and the rest and the audience, the WWE universe is ready for something new. And that's when Triple H came in and did something different, and it's working out perfectly. I need Vince to stay away from creatives. Because truth be told, yeah, obviously it's wrong to sexually harass your employees and pay hush money. I'm not saying that's wrong. That's a no-no. However, Vince can be part of the company. Just stay away from creatives. That's the only thing fans want. So that's my thoughts on that. Now, real quick, last topic, then we're going to go. What time are we at? We're at 32. Cool. Ashley, let me get this set up. We're going to talk WrestleMania 39. WrestleMania Go Hollywood. Here are the predictions. These are my predictions, ladies and gentlemen. Heads up, I know people like to do DraftKings and that type of stuff. Keep in mind, I really need to have that whatchamacallit laid out. I need to put a disclaimer on here because I'm not going to be saying this every damn time. All right. I am not an authorized bettor, gambler, whatever the case may be. Do not look at me for um, bets, official bets, and that type of stuff. Make your own decision. Make your own choice. Consult whoever you need to consult. I'm not an authorized. I'm not an authorized consultant. Don't call me for consultation. I'm just going to give you my thoughts about what's going to happen this weekend. So we all know night one. It will be to start off the show. The United States champion. So for night one, who's going to win? I have Austin Theory beating John Cena and retaining the title. It makes no sense for John Cena to come back and win. I'm a John Cena fan. It just doesn't make sense to me. Older John Cena versus a younger Austin Theory. No, I don't see it. And on the business side, like I said, John Cena is doing movies, his schedule and everything. It makes no sense for him to win this title and stick around like he did. Now, granted, The Rock did it when he beat CM Punk at Royal Rumble for the WWE Championship. And he did stick around all the way up until John Cena beat him that following year at WrestleMania. Do people want to see that now? I don't know. Maybe. But we'll see. We will see. But right now, I have Austin Theory starting off WrestleMania with the victory. Next up, singles match. Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. I'm going with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins has lost 1, 2, 3. Let me count. Hold on. Excuse me. Seth Rollins has lost 1, 2, 3, 4 WrestleManias. He's not losing the fifth one in a row. I don't see it. I like Logan Paul. His contract expires. I don't know about that dream match with him and John Cena at SummerSlam. We'll see. But this is the last match. No, Seth Rollins not losing WrestleMania for a fifth time. I refuse to believe that. Next up, 6-woman tag team match. Damage Control versus Trish, Lita, and Becky. I'm going with the tag team champions and Trish Stratus. Although there's a strong likelihood they will get Damage Control to pull out a victory, but everything lines up. Everything is somewhat equal. Bailey and Becky Lynch can handle each other. I'm gonna give Lita to. Well, Trish can take out Dakota Kai. It's really going to come down to Lita and Io Sky. And although I do have Trish, Lita, and Becky winning, Io Sky is that X factor, so they need to be careful of that. Next match, singles match, Brock Lesnar versus Omos with MVP on the corner. I'm giving it to Brock Lesnar. I understand Brock Lesnar wants to put Omos over, whatever the case may be, but I don't. Even if Omos win this match, then what? What momentum is that going to go? Is that going to go towards the United States Championship? Is that going to go to the Continental Championship? If you're not going to put him over to put gold in the near future, there's no point of him winning. I'm giving it to Brock Lesnar. Next up, Raw Women's Championship. I'm giving it to Asuka. I love Bianca Belair. This has been some GOAT stuff, but I'm giving the slight experience edge to Asuka, and also she's going to hit Bianca with that blue mist. I see it now. I see Bianca being a champion. Oops, excuse me. Oopsie, my bad. Yes, Bianca Belair has been world champion since last year's WrestleMania, but I see Asuka coming out on top with this. Not because Asuka is stronger than Bianca, because I believe Bianca is the strongest one in the WWE. And what's her name? Her name's on this list. I'm sorry. Rhea Ripley is just behind her. But with skills, experience, and opportunity, waiting for that door to open, To use Blue Mist, I'm giving it to Asuka. She's gonna walk out of WrestleMania as champion. Now, speaking of Rhea Ripley, the SmackDown Women's Champion, the Royal Rumble winner, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the main event of the evening. I took a long time to think about it, but it's time to pull the trigger on on Judgment Day. So they're going to start with Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley will beat Charlotte Flair and win the SmackDown's Women's Championship. It is now Rhea Ripley has won the Raw Women's Championship. She won it 2 years ago at WrestleMania by beating Asuka. So I do think she will get the SmackDown championship and she will beat Charlotte Flair. It's time to come over that hump. It's time to pull the trigger on Judgment Day. Rhea's going to win that. And so that's night one. Everything else, all this, now the remaining of these matches, they don't know what date yet, but it's looking like this is all going to be night two. So let's get into the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. Champion Gunther versus Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus. Like I said, last year, Sheamus versus Gunther could go down for match of 2022. And like I said, Gunther, I got a lot of investment in Gunther. Gunther is going to be world champion in the next 2 or 3 years. I said that during Royal Rumble. I'm going to stick with that now. And matter of fact, might as well give him a head start because, ladies and gentlemen, given that this might be a Sunday night 2 match, Sheamus is going to finally win the Intercontinental Championship. So he's going to be a Grand Slam champion. I'm giving it to Sheamus. 45 and all, don't care. He got that. He's in shape. It is time to him to get that Intercontinental Champion. He has collected heavyweight titles, U.S. titles, tag team championships. Go ahead and get that Intercontinental title and be a Grand Slam champion. Next up, Hell in a Cell match. Edge versus Finn Balor. Not only any Finn Balor, he's bringing back the demon, Finn Balor. And outside of that, I don't know what the fuck that was when Finn Balor went up against Roman Reigns them years ago. I'm not going to talk about that. So, actually, they need to strike that shit for the record, but we'll talk about that later. Hell in a Cell match. Edge, like you got Brute. I said Brute. He probably gonna go back to his Brute days and go that route for this match, but versus the Demon King. Just keep in mind, Finn Balor. Balor means demon. I think the demon is gonna come back and win. I don't see because they need to avenge that goofy ass loss from Roman Reigns. I forgot what pay-per-view that was, but they need to avenge that loss. I see anytime the demon come back, you can't waste it. So go ahead and collect that win on Sunday at the Hell in a Cell match. Next up, the WrestleMania Showcase on the women's side, 4-way tag match. Who's your teams? You got Liv Morgan and Raquel. You got Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler. You got Natalya and Shotzi. And you also got Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. They added Ronda and Shayna last Friday. And if you guys know the records, it's a done deal. There's nothing to discuss. It's going to be Ronda and Shayna Baszler to win at WrestleMania. Now, on the men's side, WrestleMania Showcase, we have Alpha Academy, we have the Viking Raiders, we have Street Profits, we have Braun Strowman and Ricochet. Technically, I can understand if people say Braun Strowman and Ricochet can't win this match just because of size, strength, speed, and everything. But ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, my bad. Ladies and gentlemen, those still are not a tag team, experienced tag team. Alpha Academy is more of an experienced tag team than they are. Not to say Ricochet and Brown won't ever get there. they stick with it, they can be there. Now, it's going to come down to Street Profits, Viking Raiders, or Alpha Academy. Like I said, I like Chad Gabriel. I like Otis. Chad Gabriel's going to be a champion. I had a Intercontinental champion in the next 2 or 3 years, maybe U.S. Champion. Otis is good. Otis is good. I don't like this gimmick thing that they have to put him through, but we'll see. The Viking Raiders, it's the Viking Raiders. Like I said, they're just having trouble connecting with the audience. They can connect with NXT audience. They're having trouble connecting to the WWE audience. Well, the way I see it, they're gonna have to split those tag teams, get something to Raw, get something to SmackDown, and let them battle it out. Because right now it's not looking good for the Viking Raiders. I'm gonna go with the Street Profit, Chad Gabriel, Jesus Christ, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford. Next up, speaking of the undisputed tag team champions, it's time for the Usos to lose. Yep, they are officially the greatest tag team. Well, excuse me, the longest reigning tag team of all time. So, am I going to give them GOAT? No, because that's still the New Day. If I recall, the New Day done it 10 or 11 times. I got to go double check. Usos definitely up there. Let's get them all the respect they deserve. But I think this is where they pull the trigger, where the storybook ending for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens is to beat the Usos, and they're going to do it at WrestleMania. So yeah, I got Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn beating the Usos for the championship. Next up, the third single match. There's only 3 single matches in WrestleMania weekend. It is Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio. As much as I'm going to enjoy Rey beat his ass, and also for the record, congratulations to Rey Mysterio, who will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame this Friday after SmackDown. Now, although I'm gonna enjoy Rey whooping his son's ass, I see Damian Priest interfering and costing Rey that match and giving it to Dominic, and that might be Rey Mysterio's last match in the WWE. Because he, like I said, he wanted to battle his son, and once he does that, he is done. So I think Rey's going to get his licks in, but Dominic's going to win. Now, next up, the last match of the evening. Obviously, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Who is going to win? Now, we all know what happened last year. He came back, defeated Seth Rollins 3 times, I might add. Got torn pectoral muscle. Came back at Royal Rumble. They're killing it ever since then. And then you have somebody by the name of Roman Reigns, who has been a dominant champion for well over 2.5 years. Who's going to win? On paper, nothing's going to make me jump out, probably have a Mark moment if Cody wins, because I love storybook endings. And also, I'm hearing rumors that Roman is leaving WWE, probably to take a break or whatever, because like, you take breaks already. Like, well, how much more break do you need? But, ladies and gentlemen, who do I think is going to win? Sorry. I think now not only do I think Roman's going to beat Cody Rhodes, I don't think he needs assistance from Solo Sikoa. I don't think he needs assistance from the Usos. I'll even throw a surprise name. I forget. I don't know how to pronounce her name. She does. I don't think he needs assistance from his cousin in NXT, The Rock's daughter. Well, now, why would I randomly bring that up? You never know. It's possible. It's family. I think Roman can beat Cody Rhodes fairly easily on his own. He's going to now. Cody ain't no bitch. He's going to be a tough asshole. Pause. He is going to. It's going to be harder to keep him down. But yeah, that I don't see Cody beating Roman. Not now, at least. So that being stated, ladies and gentlemen, this was the inaugural episode of Wrestling Wednesday, where we break down the top wrestling stories. Now, like I said, it is a rarity. And also, I got another announcement before we go. It's a rarity that we're going to talk about what's actually going on Raw, SmackDown, Rampage, Dynamite. I'm just want to talk about the news, the news behind the scenes, the actual news of selling the company, the actual news of what's going on with the wrestlers, why they're missing, or their injuries and that type of stuff. I want to do that on Wednesdays. That's what I'm here for. Like I said, every now and then we'll talk about the other stuff, but I'm trying to steer clear from that if I have to. Now, here's my announcement for the AEW fans. Now, if you guys saw my our reaction last Friday or Saturday when I had to react to Lapeef, I broke down how I felt about AEW, how it was hard for me to get into it at first because of all the botches and all the mistakes that's being done from sources. They tell me, although I had every right to feel that way, it has been cleaned up. There's been a little bit more. What's what I'm looking for? Polished than before, which is fine. And for the most part, I keep an eye on AEW from a distance. I always watch the YouTube clips, the shows, and that type of stuff. So I'm not too oblivious of what's going on in AEW. It's just that sometimes it's hard for me to sit down and watch that based off the botches that I see. But I do love and respect AEW. So here's what we're gonna do. Since I already react to WWE pay-per-views, like I said, we will do it again this weekend, both nights. We're Saturday and Sunday, we're reacting to night 1 and night 2 of WrestleMania. Here's what you guys need to do for me. If you guys can raise my subscribers to 1,000, I know I misspoke on Monday and said 10,000. If you raise my subscribers to 1,000 and we can monetize this channel, I promise you, I will react to every single AEW pay-per-view from now on. So what you have to do for me is this. I don't know how many. I don't know the exact number. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are at 485 subscribers right now. I need 515 more, so that way we can start reacting to AEW's pay-per-views. I don't mind because tomorrow, oh, it's not tomorrow. Saturday, I'm gonna be sitting right here at this desk, and I'm gonna be watching it on my screen in my living room. WWE, that's easy. I can do that all day, every day. But for AEW fans, if you want me to start reacting to the pay-per-views, you have to give me 10,000 subscribers. You have to get my watch time up, so that way we can go ahead and do that. So I lay down the gauntlet, drew the line in the sand. What you guys want to do is up to you guys. I don't mind just watching clips of AEW on YouTube, but I also want to watch the pay-per-view as well. If you want me to react to it, you guys want to know what you need to do. Get my subscribers up to 1,000. Get my watch time up. I will let you guys know the status of that. So that way we can start reacting to these matches. And do I have any final words? Do I want to? No, the drifter thing. I'm gonna mention that tomorrow during our reaction for the people. Let's talk, because that's a new buzzword that a lot of people's gonna be hearing. I'm gonna speak on that word and the definition and everything about that tomorrow. Right now, I'm about to go to sleep. Or let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. I gotta see who that is because that's who I think it is. I'm going straight to sleep. Definitely don't want to see. Don't want to see that individual anywhere. But other than that, people, thank you guys for tuning in to Wrestling Wednesdays. We will be back next week with some more wrestling news. This is the B.TS show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Christopher J. And real quick, before we get out of here, remember, like this video, subscribe to my YouTube page, follow me on all social media accounts. Links in the description. So is my Cash App, description, $ BTSI show. Participant waives all the rights and privacy on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach that goal, I will give away $100 to one lucky person. So you know I'm a man of my word. I will give away $50 to one lucky person once we reach 500 subscribers. We're 15 subscribers away from 500 for someone to get that $50. We're 550 subscribers away for somebody to not only get that $100, but for me to start reacting to AEW's pay-per-views. So let's get these numbers up. And don't forget to visit the BTS Show website, ladies and gentlemen. You really want to tune into the article that I post because we're going to talk about how advertisement dollars is going to start affecting content creators in a way to where advertising dollars wants to save money and start giving it to you guys instead. But we'll talk about that later on. So, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this was Wrestling Wednesday. I'm happy with the turnout. Believe it or not, I am. But let's see what happens next week, Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. BTS Show, host Christopher J. I will see you guys tomorrow for All World Reaction to the People Let's Talk. You guys have a good one. Peace out.